This next few scenes is gonna get real awkward, real fucking quick. Okay, we're just gonna scrape over that. It's fine. She didn't see us. Thankfully, in the days since that time, Zoe hasn't mentioned a single word about it. If anything, she'd been friendlier than usual, suggesting things we could eat together or movies to watch. It was nice to have such a calm weekend with her, but unfortunately, weekends don't last forever, though I wish they did. I slumped down on my desk as for another lesson reaches its conclusion. Though my mind is willing, my body is tired. I'm finding it hard to concentrate as my empty stomach continues to fucking pester me. So hungry, but I don't have the energy to head to the cafeteria. Why didn't I just pack myself lunch? As that complaint leaves my mouth, a lunch bag enters my field of vision. It's heavy, and the person delivering it to me sighs while smiling. You really are hopeless. How will you become an independent woman if you can't even feed yourself? Zoe! I flail my arms towards Zoe without raising my head from the desk. So tell me, Iris, what do I get in return for your in-class delivery? I don't offer this service to just anyone, you know. It isn't free? Of course not. I'd go out of my business in no time if I didn't charge for anything. Zoe puffs out her chest and smirks. A reward, huh? That's right. What's your offer? I stretch my arms out towards Zoe. How about a big hug? Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, I thought she was gonna take it. You're going to have to do a little bit better than that. I should have known you wouldn't be so easy to barter with. I changed my vocal inflections to that of an Old West debutante. I fan myself dramatically. Alright, I'll sweeten the deal. Sugar, bring your face a little closer and I'll throw in a free smooch. Oh, and I don't offer this service to anybody, you know. That was more weirdly British than anything. Oh well, I can never do a country accent. Oh hoity hod! I can't do it. What the fuck was that? Zoe and I both chuckle at that remark. You drive a hard bargain, Iris, especially considering I can't receive immediate payment. I'm nothing if but shrewd. So, where do you want it? On the cheek? On your neck? What do we do? On the lips, obviously. Oh. Ah, you greedy girl. I should have known. I hope you brought something good in return. Of course. Ooh. Zoe unwraps the box in front of me. Oh, sandwiches. Enough for two. Yay! I love you, Zoe. Come over here and accept your payment. I pucker my lips and start making kissy noises with my mouth. Zoe laughs, swatting away my attempts to grab her. Oh, Jesus Christ, you two don't hold anything back, huh? I follow Zoe's gaze as a girl from my class walks over. Aren't you embarrassed, flirting so much in front of everybody? Well... Nope, everyone in the world needs to know that Zoe is all mine, and I wouldn't give her up for anything in the world. Oh, I playfully swing my arms and legs forward as I giggle to myself. You really are brazen. How long have you two been dating anyway? Dating? Pfft. I tilt my head and look up at the girl. We aren't dating. Seriously? I guess it would be kind of weird for sisters to date, right? As I thoughtlessly utter those words, the girl next to me opens her eyes wide. She takes a step back and stares at me, then at Zoe, as if she can't believe what I just said. You two are sisters? Yeah, that's right. And you kiss and stuff? No, that's, The girl takes another step backward. No, it isn't like that. No, it's just a joke. Tell her it was a joke, Zoe. Come on. Tell her, Zoe. Zoe? Zoe turns away, offering me no assistance. Oh, she didn't want it to be a joke. I see. Two girls being together is one thing, but a pair of sisters is a bit... In the same manner as Zoe, the girl looks away, albeit with an expression of disgust rather than embarrassment. Hey, I'm telling you that it was just a joke. Zoe and I aren't like that. So, you two haven't kissed? No, of course we... I start out strong, but as the notion of Zoe and I kissing comes to mind, so does a vivid memory of that night, of which we almost did that. My face quickly heats up, and I am unable to complete my sentence. Well, I guess there's all kinds of people in this world, or something. Though I never thought I'd meet any of them. The girl quickly leaves the classroom without another word. I can hear a couple of my classmates whispering, though frankly the classroom is mostly empty. Of course, of those remaining, however, my attention belongs first and foremost to the girl right in front of me. Zoe! Zoe slowly turns her face towards me. She still seems to be a bit embarrassed, and I almost hesitate to continue. Zoe, why did you suddenly go silent? Now people are going to get the wrong idea. She doesn't want it to be the wrong idea. Zoe shrugs, scrunches her lips up slightly, then opens her mouth. However, even as she does, no words come out. In the same manner as the girl who approached us a moment ago, Zoe turns around and heads towards the door, leaving without us saying another word. Ugh, now I don't even feel like eating. We were just having a cute little moment, and I fucked it up. As I fuck everything else up. After watching Zoe silently storm out of the classroom during lunch, I spend my remaining time at school worrying about her. I couldn't help but feel a little down after lunch. It was a grim reminder of the fact that we're sisters, that we're not two girls who can simply date. So after racking my brain unsuccessfully for the rest of the day, and failing to locate Zoe at school, I decide to confront her at home. Zoe? Are you here? I call out as I return home. She's probably out somewhere. The room is empty, but I can hear movement further inside. Oh, one sec. Zoe emerges with a stack of papers in her hands. She places the paper on the dining table and walks over to me. Zoe? What is it? Zoe replies in her usual manner, not showing an ounce of annoyance or sadness. Zoe, Did I say something wrong? Are you mad at me? Mad at you? Why would you think that? If I were mad at you, you'd probably know about it. Yeah, I guess, but the way you left the classroom so suddenly and without saying a word. I could understand if lunch were almost over, or you said you had something to do, but you kind of just left so suddenly and you looked troubled. So was it something I said? No, that's... Zoe looks away. Please, if I did something wrong, tell me. I don't like to see you like this, and I don't want to cause you any unnecessary pain. But if you don't tell me what I did wrong, then... Zoe sighs and shakes her head. You didn't do anything wrong, and you have nothing to apologize for. I just had something I needed to do. Really? I think you're bullshitting me right now. Zoe unconsciously glances toward the stack of paper she put down. I walk over to the table and grab the top sheet. Zoe reaches out to stop me, but then retracts her hand, allowing me to take it without a fight. Is this what you needed to do? Yeah, you could say that. I start to read the paper. Let's see here. Our latest test kit in the DIY solution for the diagnostics of biological, comparison of doxyribo... I feel my head going around in circles as many complicated terms stare me in the face. If I told you this was research on data testing, would that make things clearer? Oh, my goodness. DNA testing? Oh, you mean like finding hereditary diseases and stuff? Yeah, something like that. Oh, I get it now. Biology isn't my strong suit, but even I know a little bit about genetic testing. I put the paper down and turned towards Zoe. So, is this for an assignment or something? I may not be all knowledgeable of the subject, but if you need help, I can help you. Oh no, it's not for an assignment. Come on, Iris! You're brighter than this! Oh, so you're doing this out of personal interest? If you're worried about hereditary diseases, it would probably be quicker to ask our parents. We can phone them up right now and... No, don't do that. Zoe grabs my wrist as I reach out for the phone. Zoe? You can't ask them. You can't say a word to them about this. Zoe stares into my eyes with a deathly serious gaze. Zoe, you're hurting me. Zoe quickly releases my wrist. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I know. Zoe glances down at our feet, visibly distraught. I sense that there's something she isn't telling me. Zoe, what is this about? I won't push if you don't want to tell me, and I don't intend to pry. But even if it's something you can't tell our parents about, you can still confide in me, you know? I lean forward, forcing my way into Zoe's field of vision, and smile at her. Zoe pulls back in surprise, then quickly regains her cool. After a few moments of silence, she returns my smile with one of her own, sighing yet again as she does. Honestly, it's because you're like this that I'm going through so much trouble to begin with. I pull back and Zoe wipes the smile from her face. She stares at me with a serious gaze once more, as though she's about to tell me something very important. Iris, this research I've been doing has a practical application. It's not about finding hereditary diseases. For me, it's a means to an end. Zoe stops talking and takes a deep breath. Iris, the truth is, I don't think we're related. Oh. We're not related? I stare at Zoe blankly, trying to process what she's telling me. Her words are completely unexpected, and for a moment I simply freeze. What are you talking about? That's a pretty harsh joke. Even your kind older sister has her limits, you know. It's not a joke. We look, sound, and act nothing alike. Furthermore, our parents divorced shortly before I was born. Did our parents separate because our mother had an affair? Did she skip the country to avoid accusations? No, maybe she isn't even my mother. Maybe I was adopted to fill the void when she was separated from you. Zoe speaks more quickly as she continues. Her tone is anxious, and I can tell how much she's been thinking about our relation to one another. Whatever the truth may be, I cannot accept we're sisters. Half-sisters, maybe, but not full-blooded sisters. My breathing becomes more shallow as I listen to Zoe. I mean, sister is sister. I dread to think that Zoe warming up to me was all in my head. That perhaps only I thought of our relationship as being important, or even desirable. What you're saying, do you really want us to not be sisters so badly? Do you hate me that much? No, it's not like that. I don't hate you, Iris. I tried to, but I don't. I just want to know the truth, that's all. I sense no malice in Zoe's words. If anything, I feel a sense of unity. But there's also a deceit. She's lying about merely wanting to know the truth. She wants our relationship to persist, yet she doesn't want us to be sisters. Only one explanation comes to mind. Is this about the other night? You know, when we almost, Zoe quickly turns around. I fight the urge to do the same. It doesn't matter why, okay? The point is, I need to know if we're sisters. I need to know the truth. Zoe walks toward the table and places her hand on the stack of paper. She quickly flips through it, then presents me with a single sheet. Iris, I want you to take this test with me. We can do it anonymously, and we don't have to go anywhere. We just post 2 samples, one from each of us, and then wait for the results. Will you do it? I look down at the sheet in my hand, then back at Zoe. I don't know what you're hoping for exactly, and I'd be lying if I said I shared your curiosity. But if this is what you want, then I'll do it. I'll take the test with you. Oh, look, we're getting real heavy. It's the test results? Come on! As another long day nears its conclusion, I stretch out my back against my chair and raise my arms, unconsciously letting out a moan. All day I've been completely devoted to my studies, lest I focus on certain other topics, and now my body and mind are both tired. Fortunately, I have only one more class to go, after which I can rest to my heart's content. Oh, careful there, Iris. I turn around to see one of my classmates standing right behind me. While stretching my arms, I had pulled too far back, placing my hands an inch away from the girl's breasts. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to. Relax. Even if you had gone further, I wouldn't get angry over something like that. I can't say if your girlfriend would approve, though. My girlfriend? Duh. I mean Zoe. She may come off as laid back, but I don't think she'd appreciate us flirting behind her back. Flirting? Who's flirting? I was just stretching, that's all. The girl giggles to herself. I can see why Zoe likes you, Iris. You're so much fun to tease. How mean. I puff my cheeks out. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Really, you and Zoe make a cute couple. I'm not going to try to get between you. You're wrong, though, and I don't appreciate what you're insinuating. Zoe and I are sisters. Nothing more, nothing less. Wow, Well, of course not. Two sisters is just, I was just kidding about that earlier stuff. But I'd heard other girls talking. They all think you're a couple. Doesn't it bother you? I mean, being paired up with your own sister is kind of embarrassing. Right. Totally embarrassing. Yeah. I mean, being that way with your own sister, could you even imagine? I'd seriously die. I know, it's just the worst. I wish people wouldn't say things like that about us. I mean, it's so gross. We're sisters, nothing more, nothing less. Totally. What do you think, Zoe? Huh? Oh, crap. I turn back around towards the front of the classroom and find a new presence. Zoe's standing in front of my desk, staring at my classmate, and I bemusedly... What? How long has she been there? Did she come to visit me? Zoe, You don't need to explain. We're sisters, right? Nothing more, nothing less. Zoe glares at me as she speaks. Her words hurt even more than I thought they would, and I immediately realize how painful my conversation with my classmate must have been for Zoe. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Of course we're more than just sisters. We're friends, aren't we? I look Zoe in the eye, smiling apologetically as I do. Zoe bites her lip, then sighs in resignation. Something like that. Not just something like that. You're my best friend, Zoe. And like to think that I'm yours. If we aren't friends, then what are we? Zoe turns away with a troubled look on her face. Zoe takes a step back, away from my desk. Zoe? Zoe walks away without another word, quickly making her way to the door and leaving the classroom. I watch her receding figure with bated breath, unable to say a word as she leaves. Wow, that was awkward. What's gotten into her? You two are usually so close. Are you two fighting or something? Finally coming to my senses, I rise to my feet and leave my desk. Without saying a word, I turn to the classroom door, then head down the hallway. You chase after her. Zoe! I soon locate Zoe, at which point I quickly call out to her. Zoe flashes a brief smile as she sees me running towards her, then reverts to her normal sour expression that she wore while leaving the classroom. What is it? I reach Zoe's side, still puffing and panting from the sudden sprint. Zoe, I didn't mean what I said back there. I didn't mean it, you know? If you say so. Zoe tries to turn away. As she does, I grab her shoulder with great strength, many times stronger than I usually think myself capable of. I mean, what am I supposed to say? That you think we might not really be siblings? That we got drunk and almost I'm doing the best I can, okay? If you say so. Repeating her previous reply, Zoe once again tries to turn away. I do say so. I will continue to say so until I get through to you. Even if it turns out we aren't siblings, I'm still going to care about you, Zoe. And if we are siblings, I'm prepared for that too. No matter what happens, I'll fight to keep our relationship the same way as it is now. I don't think that's what you wanted to hear. You really don't understand after all. Then help me understand. Tell me what's going through your mind. Zoe shakes her head from side to side. Forget it. Talking about this won't do any good. Let's just wait for the results and go from there. Zoe tries yet again to escape my grasp. This time she grabs hold of my wrist and removes my hand by force, easily overpowering her weak older sister. No, Zoe, that's... Ow, ow, ow. Hey, Zoe, I'm not done talking with you. Zoe! Why we get... Iris is kind of, not the brightest bulb in the shed when it comes to this sort of thing. How much paprika do I need? I scroll down the internet recipe on my phone. Everything needs to be perfect so that when Zoe comes home tonight, I'll be the one treating her to a nice dinner. After our little confrontation earlier, I want to do something nice for her. But my attempt at cooking does little to take my mind off things. She's my sister, but she thinks it might not be by blood. And it's not like we grew up together. This is different. But who am I kidding? How do I know if she'd even, with me, that way? I stare madly at the dish, muttering to myself. But if she did, I'd... Just as I begin adding the paprika, I hear someone fumbling with the door. My heart immediately quickens. Hey, how'd everything go? Zoe sighs and shrugs off her guitar case, setting it on the ground in the entryway. I'm making dinner. I present my efforts to Zoe. Hopefully she'll be impressed. Then I can be back in her good graces. Zoe makes sure her guitar case is steadied against the wall. I hope you didn't fill up from the greasy venue food tonight, because I'm making a pretty mean dish here. I offer the best smile I can muster. Zoe stares at me for quite a moment. Then she stumbles towards me. If you add a bit of cream, they turn out fluffier. Zoe? What are you doing? Ah! She presses herself against my back, slowly sliding her hand down my arm. Startled, I almost dropped the spatula. Nervous, I try to keep my attention on the dish in front of me. Oh. Zoe wraps both her arms around my neck. The action surprises me, and with a jolt, I accidentally touch my finger to the side of the bubbling pan. Ow! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's fine, it just stings. Here. Zoe? I watch transfixed as Zoe gently guides my injured finger to her lips. My heart pounds as she lightly begins licking it. I read that, this can help small burns heal faster. Almost the entirety of Zoe's body is flushed against my back. I can feel her chest move with every breath she takes. The soft fabric of my sweater is barely creating a barrier to her warmth. I'm not sure about the accuracy of that. It's probably just because it's a distraction that makes it effective. A distraction? Oh my. Zoe gently begins to blow into my ear. Like this? The response in my body is almost immediate. I almost buck against the counter, barely managing to keep my composure as Zoe clings to me. Get out of here, mouse. Why is she... Zoe? Are you drunk? No. Zoe lowers her head down off my shoulder, almost knocking me over, as she holds and steadies me to her. I may have had a few drinks out of courtesy before I left. Her words slur together a few, she says. I wouldn't scold her for drinking. I'd probably just ask if she wants to lay down. Zoe, are you feeling alright? You should lay down or something. I feel her nod on my neck, then she pulls away. She heads toward the hallway and tugs me along with her. Best to make sure she doesn't hurt herself. When we near the end of the hallway, Zoe makes a left turn. Zoe, that's my room. It's fucking my girly ass room. Zoe continues to tug me into my own room, closing the door behind us when we're inside. This is my own bedroom, but somehow the atmosphere right now is... My jacket. Help me. Zoe holds out her arms helplessly. Sighing, I begin to tug off her thick jacket, which is more difficult than it should be, seeing as Zoe is not helping at all. Finally, I'm able to take off her jacket. I continue to slide the sleeves down her arms, needing to lean over Zoe as I do it. There, it's off. I feel something on my neck. I stand still, momentarily in confusion from what's happening. Soft, light touches graze the skin on my neck. Something wet and small begins to lick and suck. Zoe is... The realization comes as such a rash that my not rash. Oh God, I'm nervous that my legs almost buckle. I can't believe Zoe is kissing my neck like this. My little sister, who's currently intoxicated. What should I do? My body feels so hot I can't bear it. Zoe has moved her kisses down to my collarbone, with her hand stroking the material of my sweater. But she's not in her right state of mind. I can't let something like this... Oh, goodness! What do we do? Here it comes! I lightly push Zoe to lie down on the bed, and she complies without resistance. Slowly, I slide onto the bed myself, until I'm leaning over her, my thighs on either side of Zoe's own. Zoe seems particularly keen on focusing where my sweater has dipped, revealing my bra. I said you didn't have to wear one, you know. Her hands begin to slide underneath my sweater and shirt. She awkwardly fumbles with the back of my bra. It's a frontal clasp. Oh. She falls back on the bed and stares up at me. Zoe changes tactics. Instead pulling off her white shirt, there's a plain black shirt underneath, or beneath, and she's not wearing a bra underneath it. Zoe begins to slide the straps of her undershirt off her shoulders. First one, then another, slowly revealing the smooth skin beneath. My breath hitches as I realize what I'm about to see. Oh God! I'm leaning over my sister on my bed while she's trying to take her shirt off. And worse, I'm completely sober. I don't have any excuse for what I'm doing. And even worse, I can't bring myself to stop watching. The material of Zoe's shirt falls lower and lower on her chest, so low I can see the peak of her. What's that sound? Zoe mumbles, looking around dully. I slowly snap back to reality as a shrill beeping noise hits my ears. That's... Oh, crap! The chicken! It's burning! Oh my god. I push off Zoe, rushing back to the kitchen at record speed. The smoke detector is going off, and thick smog of white smoke fills the room. Ah, fuck! Fucking shit! I was, the game made me forget about the cooking. I totally just fucking forgot because it was all getting so heavy real quick. Holy shit.